What's going on, y'all? Slate D Biggs for AnimeMCS, here with a My Hero Academia discussion as to what I think could possibly be a way the series would end. The only basis that I have for this theory is from events that happen in the second My Hero Academia movie, because I heard that there's some correlation between what happens in that movie and a possible ending for the series, what it was or is going to be. I hope that's not the case personally, but I have kind of took what happened in that movie and I'm going to run with it full force. So let's get right into this theory. In the end of the second My Hero Academia movie, they're fighting against a fella named Nine, who was very underwhelming. He was lame, but, I'm not talking about him specifically. What I want to talk about is how unbelievably strong he was compared to Deku and Bakugo. And Deku pulls the ultimate bitch move, and he's like, you know what? I suck. I'm just gonna give one for all to Bakugo, because he's awesome and he can use it better. But after giving up one for all, he still has, some of the latent flicker of, flame left. So he can use it a little bit more in the fight. And then the fight ends, Bakugo and Deku lose consciousness. And when they wake up, Deku is still the holder of one for all. Bakugo, however, does not have any one for all. And they claim that he passed out and his body just didn't fully absorb the quirk. Which was it just felt like a huge ass pull to me. As for how the series could play out, I was wondering, so after All Might gave Deku one for all, he was still able to use one for all's ability for a while. He still could probably even go into his big muscle form. And it's been a minute, and I was wondering if him being able to use it for so much longer, is it because his body's just had time with the quirk to absorb more of it, so it's taking longer for, the flame to burn out, per se? Or, ideally, is that the way it would be with anyone that has had one for all? Because a possible ending for the series, the one that I'm thinking of, could completely get rid of quirks on Earth, except for the one guy that ends up with one for all. So what I'm thinking is they could be in a big fight, and they could just pass one for all around. Who's to say that someone who lost one for all because they gave it up willingly couldn't take it back again? So Deku could end up passing, and there's no fucking reason to give it back to him if he gives it up, There's no reason why he should get it back. I'm just saying, ideally, we have no idea if you gave up one for all, could you get it back? But what if they just pass one for all through everyone? Would they all have that latent flame left over and they could all just be supercharged? Like a whole army of supercharged people using one for all? That would be some straight up Naruto shit. Like after Naruto got the 6 paths and he was just giving everyone Nine Tails chakra and superpowering everyone, that's kind of what it would be like, but on a larger level. And if they pass it around through the whole world, would it take all their quirks? That's another thing I'm wondering about one for all, is when somebody who's already a quirk user gets it and they pass one for all off, do they keep their own quirk, but their quirk is also still inside of one for all? Or would it just completely take their quirk and they would be quirkless? That's kind of the idea for this theory, is that everyone could have one for all pass through them. Sure, one person at the end of the day would be like the ultimate being, or maybe his body would just fucking explode, because that is way too much to deal with. But it could help get rid of quirks. I mean, that would be the ultimate quirk singularity, would it not? I know it's only a case for Deku that the past users of One For All have appeared to him and their quirks have become available. I mean, we think it's exclusive to Deku. It could have happened to, the second holder of One For All or the third holder. We're not sure. We just know for sure that Nana Shimura never mentioned anything like this to All Might, and All Might never experienced it. So if this superpower passed through everyone in, like, the Quirk's users or whatever the fuck is happening with One For All, it's just like an open door and you can just like pull out all the quirks you want, that would be insane. Like, what if they passed One For All through Eraserhead and then gave it off to everyone else and everyone has Eraserhead's power? Similarly, that's something that Shigaraki could do. I mean, I don't think they have the technology or the means to duplicate quirks the way they were, because the one guy that is really good at doing it, the Doctor, might end up being captured or killed in this arc. Who knows? It would be exponentially beneficial for the villains if they got that motherfucker back. And that would probably cement the downfall of Hero Society for sure in Japan. And maybe they could start working on the rest of the world. But you got to keep in mind, right now, it's just Japan. There are huge, powerful heroes all over the world that could combine their quirks together and defeat Shigaraki still. This is not something that has to rely absolutely on Deku and our crew, but for the story's sake and, you know, the character writing actually being beneficial to the, like, it would not be good if we spent so much time with these characters, they all get their asses whooped, and then Superman comes over from America and saves the day, you know? But Ground Zero, when this starts popping off and One For All is getting shared with everyone, like, our crew could still take out the big baddies. That's probably not how it's going to happen at all, but I was just wondering, is that a possibility? Could they pass One For All through everyone and just take away everyone's quirks? Would it work like that? Who knows? Everyone has been speculating, and I'm going to say it's speculation because I haven't seen any, like, official confirmation, but people are speculating that the series is about to go through, like, a halfway point, or it's going to, like, end the series My Hero Academia after this, like, war, and it's going to move over to be My Hero Society. My opinion on that is that's lame as fuck. Even if they're not going to school anymore. You're, as a person, as a hero, whatever job that you are, you know, a pizza maker, a fucking mechanic, you're always learning. Like, that's always, I guess, could be your academia. Like, My Hero Academia is the idea of always learning and growing as a hero. I don't think it's specifically the point is that they're in school. And overall, it would just take a hit to the popularity of the series to change the name. Even though I think a lot of people would be aware of it, it would still throw people off. And My Hero Society just doesn't sound cool. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. I just wanted to spitball my ideas with some of you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me why you didn't like the video if you didn't and you got to this point for some ungodly reason. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with the dope anime and manga related content that we'll be putting out. Thank you for watching the video again, and I'll talk at you later. Peace out.